Welcome to another episode of Fast Casual Nation. On this show, we cover some of the best concepts in fast casual all across the country. Fast casual is really shifting the way consumers eat, and this brand is doing it with a huge success. They're taking farming to a new level, ingredients to a new level, and menu creativity is off the charts. We got to check out a place called Tender Greens. Here we are at Tender Greens in Los Angeles, California. Actually, Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
Beautiful city. And Erik, thanks so much for letting us come into your restaurant today.
My pleasure.
Erik, now Tender Greens does some things that are a little bit different in the fast casual space. You guys have kind of elevated this whole approach toward culinary as the basis of a brand. And first, before we get started, let's kind of hear that story. How did Tender Greens and you guys get started with this great concept?
We all come from a fine dining pedigree. Matt and I, chefs, David on the front end of things, polished service, Four Seasons, etc. And we had gotten to the point where we were, I think, smart enough and experienced enough to do our own thing and ready to control our own message. And we wanted to create a brand that we would be the customers of. And we saw a huge gap in the market between the fine dining environment that we had spent 15 years of our career in and the low-end fast food market that we could afford. So we merged the two, the efficiencies of fast food, what's known as fast casual now, and fine dining sensibilities. And that's where we get, we start with the farmer and the chef.
My name is Ryan. I'm the executive chef here at Tender Greens Santa Monica. I oversee all function in front of the house, back of house, food, everything.
Let's talk a little bit about each one of the menu items themselves. If you can kind of just walk us through what we're looking at.
Absolutely. Well, we can start here with the Happy Vegan, which was one of the original items on the menu. This is a very frequent seller, especially with the vegans, vegetarians. They can get their power luncheon, without being heavy on the meat or chicken. We have 4 different components here with the beautiful Scarborough Farms lettuce. We have a little farro wheat with cranberries, hazelnuts, and baby kale. We have a little herbal green hummus, traditional tabbouleh, a red quinoa with beets, cucumbers, and some lemon juice.
So here we're looking at octopus.
This is unique to this location. So we have a grilled octopus, which we actually braise for about an hour, hour and a half. Then we cool, and then we finish on the grill to order. That comes with some marinated chickpeas, a little shaved fennel, some roasted fingerling potatoes, some Kalamata olives that are marinated in a little roasted red pepper, and then finished with a little grilled lemon vinaigrette.
Kind of has a hearty feel.
It does. The potatoes and the octopus is nice and meaty, but yet tender enough to get down.
And you got sandwich lovers.
Yeah, we have sandwich lovers. This is the guys' go-to lunch, if you will. Steak sandwich, Caesar salad. We have a natural flank steak, some roasted red peppers, a house-made aioli on a toasted ciabatta roll, and then a classic Caesar salad. But what separates our Caesar is we use a few different types of romaine. We make our own croutons and a shaved domestic Parmesan cheese.
Nice.
This is the raw salad. I'm lucky enough to have a farmer's market in front of me 2 days a week.
Right.
I source all the vegetables from there. Whatever's in season really dictates what we have here. So right now you're gonna see, we have some fresh shaved raw butternut squash, some local carrots, a little bit of different striped beets and gold beets. You have some Easter egg radish, a little fresh fennel, and some raw walnuts. A couple different kinds of lettuces there are tender greens, as well as the baby kale. It's finished with a little lemon vinaigrette, really light, really fresh, really crunchy.
Interesting too on the ingredients. You just don't typically see anything remotely like that in the fast casual space in terms of a salad offering.
No, you don't. And Tender Greens being what it is, we pride ourselves on freshness and sourcing local ingredients and being absolute about something and having to source something we're not proud of.
You guys are doing some things a little differently from using this network of farms. Tell me that story, because that seems to be a very unique proposition you guys
Well,
bring?
you know, the concept started with Scarborough Farms, and at that time, we were chefs with no money of our own. And to us, Scarborough was a family-run farm, but pretty big, and we thought they might have some money to invest in our idea.
Okay.
Ultimately, they did. Some of that was capital, and some of that was trade. So they have front-end and back-end interest in our success and growth, which makes it a perfect marriage. Now that we are bigger and we can afford to write a check from time to time, we sort of pay it forward. There are some small, unique farmers here in Los Angeles and also in San Diego. We'll give them some operating capital, and they pay us in pigs, and in some cases it's in citrus or avocado or whatever. And it's a model that works because it's partnership.
Talk to us a little about how you guys have created the menu here at Tender Greens.
Tender Greens is a branded concept. We've done the R&D. The dishes that are on the core menu work. It's what people come back for over and over and over again. So there's that predictability, that consistency, that comfort that when you walk into a Tender Greens, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
But we're not stagnant. And the innovation, the menu innovation, the product innovation comes from the store level. It's not edited or monitored as long as it's special. People are becoming more adventuresome, they're becoming more sophisticated, and not only are they receptive, but they're demanding something new and exciting. You know, we have Octopus on the menu. I had a quick casual restaurant, and it's one of our best sellers. I would say 10 years ago, I would have had a hard time selling Octopus at the Mandarin Oriental.
Yeah, definitely some greater expectations, I think, from today's food consumer. So Ryan, when you look at the future of fast casual and this segment in general, do you see that becoming a trend that really starts to filter into the rest of the country? Do you feel like that's going to happen really nationwide?
Absolutely. I mean, we
It's a matter
have,
of time.
yeah, it's just a matter of time. It's, us being the trendsetter for that, I believe, and the trailblazers, so to speak, for this type of eating, and just continuing to believe in what we do.
Right.
And, the line out the door proves our concept and proves our point that people want to eat well. They want to, have this food daily for them, for their families. If they're on a budget, it's still affordable. It's still here for you. It's a ridiculous mindset to think that you can't eat well on a budget, because you can. And this is proof.